We are going to talk about 6 things, starting with the first one and the shocking of them all. You know Andy Boyeli, the striker that we've been saying is linked with the move to Kaizer Chiefs? Welfare Post contacted the CEO of Power Dynamos, the team that Andy Boyeli is currently playing for. And you know what the CEO said? He said that I have never received any communication about an inquiry with regards to the player. So which means what we've heard about him having signed a contract with Chiefs is not true. But then again, these things happen all the time where Chiefs will deny that they want a player, but then it ends up happening. But what makes this thing even worse is the fact that he is now linked with a move to Sekhukhune, and apparently he signed a 3-year deal and is arriving next week Monday, or next week rather. So with this deal, we have to wait and see if this is true or not. But I now understand why there are these talks that Kaizer Chiefs are still talking to Lebo Mothiba, because I was like, they're getting 2 strikers. Isn't that an overkill? Maybe they are talking to Mothiba still because that deal did not work. Or maybe it did work, they're just being secretive. The next thing that I want us to talk about is one where this agent is never secretive about moves. He will say it if it's happening. And this in this case is Mike Makab. He told the kickoff that yes, Kaizer Chiefs are very much interested in signing Usalim Makula, the goalkeeper of Richards Bay. We said yesterday they are monitoring also the keeper of Chess Galaxy, which they are doing, but Agent Yak has not confirmed whether that thing has been any contact. But Mike Makab continues to say, but we do not want to overhype anything. That's not our job. I think it's also just about professionalism, because he doesn't want to say, yeah, Chiefs talk to us, and on top of that, we have offers from abroad, because he has a good relationship with Kaizer Chiefs. So it's not like one of those agents who's going to oversell whether Kaizer Chiefs want a player or not. But when he does say that they do want a player, that means they do want a player, and there could be a possibility that Chiefs might actually sign him. Which brings us to number 2. Well, I will talk about this at the end of the video because I think it's a discussion and it's worth talking about. So let's talk about Ulungelo Nguse. So this is number 3. Lungelo Nguse, the striker who plays for Ilamonville Golden Arrows. 6 goals in 24 appearances this season is not that bad for a player who plays for Golden Arrows, a team that lost 10 games in a row at some point, but still managed to score 10 goals. What's the point? Why are we talking about him? Because Iladuma are saying that he's one of those players who are just being monitored by Chiefs there and there. And knowing that Andy Boyeli is now out of the running, it now makes sense why they could be just keeping other strikers monitored. By the way, monitored does not translate to he will be signed. They are basically sort of, I would call it scouting him. It's weird when I say someone is being scouted and they're playing the PSL. But yeah, that's exactly what they are doing. But number 4, the one player who Kaizer Chiefs are reportedly wanting to sign and go even further, break the bank for is I'll talk about him in a second. But for now, please do make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. You can also become a member by clicking on the link that is on the description, and you only pay 20 rands per month for this, and you get a sticker next to your name, and you also get a priority reply to your comments. Now, who's this player? 22-year-old. Who's this player? Plays for Polokwane City. Who's this player? Can you guess now? Also in Appollis. And amazingly, number 1, Nabi wants him, and who's the other guy? Umkwana. But Appollis specifically, Iladuma reporting that Kaizer Chiefs are even willing to break the bank for Osuna Police. And I understand. I mean, he's a marvel to watch. Did you see him play for Bafana? And also, he's 22. He has a potential. So he could even stay at Chiefs for 3 seasons. And then if he stays longer, then he stays until, well, I don't know when. He's still an asset to Chiefs. But since he's playing for Kaizer Chiefs, he could also be sold for a hefty fee at 25 just before he enters his prime. So I do think that it would make sense if they did break a bank for him. But do you think this would make sense? Let me know down in the comment section. Which brings us to, I lost count. Is it number? Yeah, it's number 5 now. Cruze Fernando Cruze has now officially said goodbye to the people of Morocco, because obviously he's coming to Kaizer Chiefs. So that is definitely happening, unlike in the Boyeli. Another thing that is not happening, that people still insist or want to see happening, is Pitso Msimane coming to Kaizer Chiefs. That is your number 6. But you'll be, I wouldn't say shocked by what he said, because what he said is something that makes a lot of sense. And it's this. He's asking, when he was being talked to by Times, he's like, hey, why am I the only one who's seen as the problem solver at Kaizer Chiefs? Then he starts counting the other coaches who could solve problems, Serbian coaches, blah, blah, blah coaches, those and those coaches. I find that interesting, by the way, because in all that he's saying there, he never mentioned, there are some South African coaches like Mangoba who can go to Chiefs now. He just said there are Serbian coaches and counted other countries. But we are not there. What we are, though, is the fact that he continues to say that Chiefs, what are they actually looking for? And this is not just about Chiefs, it's also about you as the fan. Because he says that, are they looking to win MTN 8, which is 4 games, and then they will say, we have turned the corner, right? Are we looking to do that, or are we looking for long-term success, which is going to help the team dominate the league for 8 to 10 years? You can check out another video, by the way, before I continue with this, where I was talking about Jose Rivero and the expectations of him at Orlando Pirates. It's on my other channel, the Cutback with Umpilo. So, Uguti, you can come to Chiefs, right? Play the Carling Knockout Cup, and you win the last 16, you win the last 8, you win the semi-finals, you win the final. By the way, the Carling Knockout Cup is the same number of games as the MTN 8, because MTN 8 has 2 legs in the semi-finals. So you win those 4 games, and as Nabi, but you had prioritized mainly and only just winning. Let's say we play aeroplane football, we win that cup. To you, will that translate to, finally the drought is over, we're fine now? Or will it only say to you, we've really turned the corner if we can consistently perform in the league and get second place, or even win the league eventually at some point? Because even Upito says the same thing, Guti. The only measure of success by any coach at any team is how you do in the league. Because playing and dominating like Sundowns has been doing in the league, that requires consistency. I'm not saying Pirates have been fluking things, no, but there are teams who are just good at winning tournaments, and there are coaches who are just good at winning tournaments. Umshin was an example of that. He did implement a style of play with Chiefs, but in a long term, it always seemed like he couldn't just win the league, because his style of play sometimes was let's just sit deep and defend against him, and then he couldn't break those teams apart. So that is the big question that I have for you. Do you actually want Nabi to prioritize breaking the winless 9 years, or do you want him to actually say, you know what, let's finish 3rd in the league next season, but we'll have a clear style of play and we can replicate and actually improve on in the following season and finish 2nd, and in that other season win the league? Or do you just want him to start by ending the drought, and then we can say about winning the league some other time? Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, go check out this video about Rivero and this video that YouTube thinks you like. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoy.